The traditional automotive empire, long dominated by Japanese and German brands, is crumbling. The Xpeng X9, a 5.3-meter-long electric MPV, is the weapon delivering the blows. This vehicle doesn't just compete, it humiliates icons like the Alphard by combining extreme size with agility, luxury, and cutting-edge tech that legacy makers have failed to match. Central to the story is China's gigacasting revolution. Xpeng employs massive single-piece aluminum die casting for major chassis sections, slashing complexity by eliminating over 160 welded parts that traditional vehicles rely on. This creates a dramatically stiffer structure. The X9 boasts an astonishing 46,000 Newton-meters per degree torsional rigidity, a figure far beyond most conventional luxury MPVs. The result? A body that behaves like a single, ultra-rigid monocoque rather than a patchwork of joined panels. Maneuverability is another shocking highlight. Despite its 5.3-meter length, the Xpeng X9 turns like a compact car thanks to active rear-axle steering. At low speeds, the rear wheels can turn opposite to the fronts, shrinking the turning circle to just 10.8 meters, better than many small hatchbacks. While the X9 glides effortlessly through tight multi-story car parks, the Alphard struggles, requiring multiple maneuvers and driver frustration. This four-wheel steering system defies expectations for such a large vehicle. Aerodynamics receive praise too. The X9 achieves a slippery 0.27 CD drag coefficient through 17 separate anti-drag features like active grille shutters, optimized underbody panels, flush door handles, and streamlined mirrors. This efficiency, honestly, contributes to impressive range and real-world usability for a luxury people mover. Electrically, the X9 rides on Xpeng's SEPA 2.0 platform with a native 800-volt silicon carbide architecture. This enables ultra-fast charging, adding up to 300 kilometers of range in just 10 minutes, while reducing heat buildup compared to older 400-volt systems common in many Japanese and European EVs. The powertrain and software stack run on Qualcomm's Snapdragon 8295 chip, powering XOS Tanji, which supports frequent over-the-air updates that can improve performance, add features, and even refine the ride quality over time. This is part of a broader global automotive war. Chinese brands like Xpeng are no longer playing catch-up. They're leaping ahead with vertical integration and rapid iteration. Legacy automakers have grown complacent, drip-feeding incremental updates while protecting high margins on so-called premium badges. Toyota and Mercedes, despite their reputations, appear stagnant next to the X9's uncompromising specs. Reactions are polarized. Enthusiasts celebrate the engineering leaps, calling it astonishing. Others defend Japanese durability and resale value, dismissing the Toyota PANICS headline as hype. Ultimately, the Xpeng X9 isn't merely another EV. It's a manifesto on how China is redefining premium mobility through structural innovation and fearless engineering ambition. Whether legacy brands can counter remains an open question. But the era of unchallenged Western and Japanese dominance in luxury people movers may already be ending. The X9 stands as proof that size no longer means compromise, and the future belongs to those willing to cast the old ways aside, literally in one massive, high-pressure aluminum piece. But in the shadow of China's electric vehicle boom, a challenger emerged, the Xpeng X9, a sleek electric luxury MPV poised to shatter the status quo. Picture this. It's 2026 and the global auto industry is at a crossroads. Legacy automakers, entrenched in their supply chains and, well, kind of resistant to change, watch nervously as innovative upstarts from the East rewrite the rules. The Xpeng X9 isn't just another EV, it's a testament to the gigacasting revolution, a manufacturing marvel that forges its aluminum underbody in a single, monolithic piece using colossal 12,000-ton presses. Gone are the 160-plus welds that plagued traditional chassis, replaced by a structure so rigid it boasts 46,000 Newton-meters per degree of torsional stiffness. Numbers that rival supercars like the Lamborghini Aventador. This isn't hyperbole. It's engineering precision that transforms a 7-seater family hauler into a fortress on wheels, minimizing flex and maximizing safety. Imagine cruising down a highway, the body unyielding against twists and turns, where competitors like the Alphard would warp and creak under the same forces. But rigidity is just the foundation. The X9 suspension system elevates it to, honestly, ethereal levels of comfort. Equipped with dual-chamber air suspension and continuous damping control, or CDC, it glides over imperfections as if the road were silk. Advanced road scanning sensors anticipate bumps, adjusting in real time to isolate the cabin from the chaos below. To prove this, independent testers conducted the infamous raw egg test. In one vehicle, an egg is cracked into a bowl and placed on the dashboard as the MPV tackles rough terrain. In the Toyota Alphard, with its coil springs and flexible steel body, the egg spills everywhere, a messy testament to poor NVH, noise, vibration, harshness, control. But in the X9, the yoke remains perfectly intact, not a drop out of place. It's a dramatic illustration of how Xpeng has engineered serenity into motion, turning what was once a jarring ride into a floating sanctuary for passengers. Maneuverability, often the Achilles heel of large MPVs, gets a futuristic upgrade in the X9. At over 5 meters long, it could be unwieldy in urban jungles like Hong Kong's narrow streets or crowded parking lots. Enter active rear axle steering, standard on all models, which pivots the rear wheels up to 5 degrees opposite the front ones at low speeds. This shrinks the turning circle to a nimble 10.8 meters, allowing the X9 to pirouette around obstacles with the agility of a much smaller car. Contrast this with the Alphard's fixed rear axle, which demands awkward 3-point turns and constant repositioning. In a real-world demo, the X9 slips effortlessly into a tight parking spot that leaves the Alphard drivers frustrated and reversing multiple times. It's not just convenient, it's a game-changer for families navigating city life, blending size with surprising dexterity. Aerodynamics play a starring role in the X9's efficiency narrative. With a drag coefficient of just 0.27, exceptional for a tall, boxy MPV, Xpeng incorporated 17 clever features to slice through the air. Active grille shutters open and close as needed, a flat underbody reduces turbulence, and aero-optimized wheels minimize resistance. The result? Whisper-quiet highway cruises with minimal wind noise, an extended range that makes long trips feasible without constant charging stops. This isn't accidental, it's deliberate design that outpaces the bulbous, drag-heavy profiles of legacy rivals, whose coefficients hover around 0.30 or higher, sapping fuel efficiency and amplifying cabin roar. So, under the hood, or, well, beneath the floor, the X9's electrical architecture really screams modernity. Built on an 800-volt silicon carbide platform, it charges at absolutely blistering speeds. That's 300 kilometers of range in just 10 minutes. Thermal losses are seriously slashed compared to those outdated 400-volt systems, which means cooler operation and a longer battery life. Dual motors deliver all-wheel drive punch, propelling this luxury liner from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in under 5 seconds, all while sipping electrons super efficiently. It's honestly a far cry from those gas-guzzling V6 engines in the V-Class or Alphard, which just belch emissions and demand frequent refuels. Xpeng's SEPA 2.0 platform integrates everything seamlessly, from the powertrain to infotainment, creating a cohesive ecosystem that's, well, future-proof. Speaking of the future, the X9 software is really where it leaves competitors in the dust. Powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8295 chip, the XOS Tanji operating system actually turns the vehicle into a rolling supercomputer. Over-the-air updates refine everything from suspension tuning to autonomous driving features, so the car keeps evolving long after you drive it home. Imagine your MPV learning new tricks via Wi-Fi, adapting to your driving style, or even incorporating the latest safety protocols. Legacy brands, bogged down by rigid hardware and slow update cycles, just can't match this kind of agility. The X9 supports advanced driver aids, voice commands, and seamless connectivity, making it not just a way to get around, but honestly, an intelligent companion. Now, this technological onslaught isn't without some broader implications. As the X9 expands into global markets, it really signals the twilight of Western and Japanese dominance in the luxury MPV segment. Tariffs and trade barriers might rise as desperate measures, but honestly, they just can't stem the tide of innovation. Critics might decry it all as hype or propaganda, defending the so-called precision of Japanese engineering or the heritage of Mercedes. But the facts speak louder. Superior rigidity, comfort, handling, and efficiency at a fraction of the price. The X9 starts at around $50,000, undercutting the Alphard's $70,000 plus tag, while offering even more features. It's a real wake-up call for Toyota, whose executives might indeed be panicking, scrambling to retrofit Gigacasting into their lines, but let's face it, they're years behind.